Kung Fu Cowboy, tennis shoes on my feet.
Kung Fu Cowboy here, and today's podcast is about the single song, Kung Fu Cowboy 2. Why? Why? Because there's a Kung Fu Cowboy number 1, which is just called Kung Fu Cowboy. In fact, when I wrote it, I actually had a friend of mine, Mike Thompson, my keyboard player, who had after he left my band, he went with the Eagles, and he was with them. Oh, and as I was saying last podcast, the singer in Chicago who replaced him came from my band also. His next band after being with me, they were both in my band together. He went to Chicago, and the other guy went to the Eagles after they were in my band. And my guitarist went to the Red Hot Chili Peppers and recorded their first album. So I'm kind of like the John Mayall of Los Angeles. A lot of famous artists have been with me, and then from me, they've gone out and been famous. But unfortunately, not one of them has kicked back on me, or I looked at their resumes and they didn't even mention me. It's like, so crap, I'm no loyalty there. Gosh, so when I do make it big, I'll stop talking about them. Or I do, I'll say, hey, thanks for ignoring me all these years. Well, I'm not that cynical. I don't know what I'd say. I don't like to I'm not into revenge or retaliation, and I don't want people to suffer for making me suffer. And I know there's no karma, so I know that God, the world, reality is not going to pay them back. You just do what you do and then you die. So whether you do good, bad things or bad things, it doesn't balance out. I can guarantee you that. There's no such thing as any kind of spiritual or moral balance in our world. If everybody turned evil, everybody'd be evil. But if everybody turned good, everybody could be good. So it's a choice. It's a choice. People can be good or bad. And as we've been able to see during the Trump years, a lot of people like bad things, and they like bad people, and they like to lie, and they like to cheat, and they like to steal, and they like to take things from other people, and they like people to be unhappy, and they like to call people names. There's a lot of evil people in the world. Maybe 30% of our population, 20, 30, I don't know. If you figure that 40% of our population is below average mentality. They're D students and F students, maybe even C minus, but they're low level thinkers. I don't want to call them morons because I'm not trying to hurt them. In fact, same with, I call them retarded people, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter to me because I have a real sympathy for them. Nobody, now I don't want to get all teary-eyed. Let me calm myself down. Nobody. Sheesh. This goes back to my childhood when I was in elementary school. People pick on me for being smart. And anytime somebody picked on somebody for having a mental problem, I was in there every time. Whew. Okay, another emotional response. Got to calm down. I've always been that way though. I felt guilty for being so smart. It was so easy for me, being a straight-A student. I felt guilty. And so whenever I saw somebody who couldn't be smart, I was their protector, their defender all the way. Okay, sorry. Well, I guess I was maybe chivalry. But no, it's guilt from being a genius and a straight-A student. I've always felt kind of guilty about it because people ridiculed me. My own dad called me brain. He was very, very disrespectful to me. I was smarter than him. When I was like 8 years old when I realized I was smarter than my dad. And then my mom was trying to talk to me and she's trying to teach me things. And I'm realizing, Mom, you're wrong. And now I know I was right. When I was 8 years old, I was smarter than my mother and smarter than my father. But anyway. And I was smarter than my friends, but people don't like a smart person. You hear it all the time. I hear people talking about it, and the comedians and other people, nobody likes somebody who's smarter than them. They should. People should appreciate smart people. They should not honor us, but they should want to rely on us. They should welcome our input. They should appreciate the fact that there is a smart person in the room instead of resenting that there's a smart person in the room. But all those people, that lower 40%, that C minus, D's and F students, they have no respect for smart people. With a few exceptions. But that was because I wasn't really trying to outsmart him. Like Steve Hickson, he was in that lower level. But he was my best friend. And we had In fact, I hated going to, I got to where I hated going to parties with him because he'd go to a party, have a few beers, and then he'd get in a fight. And I was like, you know. But before he got drunk, if anybody picked on me, you know, because I was like the helpless genius nerd, you know, and he was in there for me. So he had my back. And but I couldn't really have his back once he got drunk and started fighting people. It's like, I mean, I was there, but it's not like I could beat up everybody. But I would do my best, and I'd get him out of there. I was always there for. I never watched one of my friends get beat up. Now, I got beat up several times. Down on the ground, people boom, boom, boom. Down on my back, people punching my head. I've been beat up a few times, and people stood around and watched, and nobody helped. And I never forget the time I saw. I want to say McDaniel. I forget. I won't try to say his real name. I'll never forget when I looked up and I was getting beat up this one time, and I saw somebody I thought was my friend. He lived about 10 houses away from me, watching and not doing anything. And as I was getting beat up and pummeled, looked like I came from another planet by the time I was done this one time. The guy was on glue. He was totally psychotic. Whole story about that, but I don't have time. Well, I almost have time for it. You want to hear about me getting beat up by a psychotic? Well, let's see if I have any time and if I remember after we do this. So let's talk about my song, Kung Fu Cowboy 2. And the first one, how'd I get on the Eagles? Well, when I wrote the first song. It was a test song. I'd gotten the demo version of Pro Tools, and I could get like an 8-track version of it instead of getting the 32-track version, you know, back in 2000. And I got downloaded this 8-track version, and so there I am in, you know, 2000 on my little Blueberry iMac, you know, and I got Pro Tools. The first song I recorded was Kung Fu Cowboy. Kung Fu Cowboy 1, but it's called Kung Fu Cowboy. And it's just me. I played a couple of tracks, and I played some harmonica, and I sang some vocals and filled up 8 tracks. I just wanted to fill it up with something real fast. And so I sat, and it took me a couple hours, and I recorded my first song just like that. You know, I just wrote it on the spot. And that's Kung Fu Cowboy. And it's the first song on the Kung Fu Cowboy album by American Zen. Well, I've got a great music video for that song if I could ever get around to it. It is the most cool music video that I want to make for that first Kung Fu Cowboy song. Okay, now the second Kung Fu Cowboy song, I think this one is awesome. There is no way that anybody, because this one has lyrics, there's no way that anybody could have written this song unless they were a Kung Fu artist or master, I think. I really tried to put some of my things in it that show real Kung Fu and my knowledge or awareness of Kung Fu in it. So there's like some hidden, if you really analyze the words, there's some real good concepts and underlying meanings to those lyrics, you know. So I really felt like I accomplished something by writing a Kung Fu song by a Kung Fu master about being a Kung Fu person. I think this song does it. Kung Fu Cowboy 2. And the artist is Kung Fu Cowboy. Oh, when was it released? Oh, there it is. November 26th, 2021. So here I am, still recuperating from the chemotherapy and stuff. And I released this song. Now, once again, like I said, the actual tracks, the drums, bass, guitar, and vocal were recorded as American Zen's 7th album called End of the Line. So I was just putting some horns and stuff on it and, you know, just doing what I could. And, like I said, I was still miserable, but I was able to do that. You know, that was an accomplishment. So the songs to me don't really represent my suffering so much. But I realized when it's okay. So going on, the artist is Kung Fu Cowboy. The composer, because this is from the American Zen and it's remade, this one has the Hippie Coyote as the composer and the lyricist, along with Richard Duckheim. And the label is ShaolinRecords.com. Go to ShaolinRecords.com. Go check it out. Just go look at everything. There's some interesting information. There's, like I said, all kinds of songs and things you could buy that aren't anywhere else. I got all kinds of free songs all over the place too, but buy something. I'm too poor. I've been giving away songs and it's not creating the kind of loyalty or fan base that I was hoping. So my free songs aren't doing me any good. So please buy something. That's what I think is going to do me any good. Primary genre is rock and college rock. I like that. Back before I made the mistake of becoming a Mr. Mom, I actually was releasing my first singles into college radio because it was much lower budget than trying to go to commercial radio. And I had a couple of interns and we were helping and we were promoting and we were getting radio play. And so college rock, I think that's really my strength. And right now, if I could do any kind of promotion, or I promote myself to college kids. No, but they don't know me, but I think they got the open mind that they would appreciate me and they might like my retro style, you know? So I think the college kids are my best marketplace. I doubt that hip hop people are going to like me. Prove me wrong. If you're a hip hop lover and you've only ever had hip hop and you buy my rock and roll and you like it, let me know. I would really love to say that some hip hop people have found that they like me. Otherwise, I'll just presume you don't like me, just like I don't like hip hop music. And I don't mean to segregate you or push you away by saying that. I'm just being honest. But anyway, the mood or style is upbeat. And it sounds like Cream, David Bowie, and The Doors. Oh, this was an interesting song too. It's me in a lower range. I think the key is E. D is kind of low, and E is you know, I can do it. But at that time that I was doing it back in 2014, I was helping and driving my son, you know, to school. He was just finishing a high school at that time. So I was picking him up and driving him around a lot that year. And I remember I kept singing the song wherever we go. We'd be walking down the sidewalk and I'd be singing the song because I had to train my voice to be lower, number one. And there's a lot of lyrics in this song and I had to get them straight. And so I remember I had to practice it because I was performing a little bit too. So this one took a little bit of practice to memorize it and get it down. It did. It's a little complicated. Try it. Try this. Go record this song. See if you can make money off of it. Really, make money off my song. Then I'll make some. Okay. Okay, that's about it. And we're 11 minutes. Oh, what was it I was going to tell you about that I told you I didn't want to tell you about? I remember that. What was I think I didn't want to tell you. Am I trying to forget? Yeah, maybe I'm lucky to forget. Whatever it was a little scandalous, I remember. Oh, well, there's plenty of time to talk about my scandals later. Yeah, what was it? All right, I don't want to remember now. Okay, so anyway, hey, good, I got one under 15 minutes. So go get it. Go get Kung Fu Cowboy 2. And guess what? There's a Kung Fu Cowboy 3. It's in my movie that we made last year. So it's not out yet. The movie, it's in the movie. But I got a Kung Fu Cowboy 3. So I got Kung Fu Cowboy 2, and Kung Fu Cowboy 3. Now, Kung Fu Cowboy 3 is really complicated. I don't know if I could ever memorize those lyrics. But I tell the story of my Kung Fu journey, training my daughter and all this kind of stuff. It's a real big, huge story. That's a story. Hey, remember we talking about stories? That's a story. Hey. Kung Fu Cowboy 3 is more like a story. So I do tell stories. So, yeah, it's a story of my being a Kung Fu artist. And it's got a beginning, middle, and an end. So, okay, go get it. Kung Fu Cowboy 2, go find it. You know, stream it. See if you like it. Then go buy it. Then go buy it so I can make 70 cents. You know, come on, please. 70 cents. I need it. All right. I need a new car. I'm driving a 96 Tacoma, and it's all... It's at the end of its days. You know, I need a new car and I need a new house and I need to be able to pay my rent. And so please give me 70 cents. Go get Kung Fu Cowboy 2.
Fu Cowboy, tennis shoes on my feet. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, hamburgers to eat. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, trees are my punching bags. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, no karate tags. We can share some kicks, bang together some waxwood sticks. Don't fight, we play around, maybe wrestle on the ground. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, exercise in the dark. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, on the grass in the park. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, a tiger inside. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, on a dragon ride. Join Join me for a kung fu dance. Be a leopard or a snake. We can do some Wing Chun in a canoe, or praying mantis on the lake. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, feeling great after class. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, learning how to kick your ass. Join me for a sword dance. Jump and spin in our Kung Fu pants. Swing a chain to exercise my brain, rooted to the earth in a horse stance. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, a crane with a pair of wings. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, my slap or beak really stings. Join me for a Kung Fu dance. Let's get sweaty or do some push hands. Wake up for some coffee and Tai Chi, Qigong and a bong for energy. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, no sparring allowed. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, in peace I am proud. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, tennis shoes on my feet. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, hamburgers to eat. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, trees are my punching bags. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, no karate tags. We can share some kicks, bang together some waxwood sticks. We don't fight, we play around, maybe wrestle on the ground. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, exercise in the dark. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, on the grass in the park. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, a tiger inside. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, on a dragon ride. Join me for a Kung Fu dance. Be a leopard or a snake. We can do some Wing Chun in a canoe, or praying mantis on the lake. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, feeling great after class. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, learning how to kick your ass. Join me for a sword dance. Jump and spin in our Kung Fu pants. Swing a chain to exercise my brain, rooted to the earth in a horse stance. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, a crane with a pair of wings. I'm a Kung Fu Cowboy, my slap or beak really stings. Join me for a Kung Fu dance. Let's get sweaty or do some push hands. Wake up for some coffee and Tai Chi,